You're not supposed to work today?
Well, well, well. Look like it's a big one today. Today we are talking about Kara. Kara? Chara? Kara? I- Is this really important?
Yes, it is.
Kara, so, the first human who ever fell in the underground. Many things were already be told about her, but I'm sure there is more to say. Basically, there is two main opinions about her. Some say she is the absolute devil, some other say she is innocent. But what if it was more than that? Does these characters are already told all their secrets? Does the player is all responsible for her action during the genocide route? Or a deep and dark lore has already something to do with? Come on, little buddy. Let's dig the rabbit hole a little bit. Welcome in this Burger Plane Explain video. Special Kara. First of all, who is she? By the way, I call her a she since the beginning, but just like Frisk, the character is a non specified gender. It's just to me, I see her as a girl, but it's up to you again. If you understand or if you are French, a very good video made by Captain Hype explained a lot of good stuff. Even if it's an old video, he says pretty accurate stuff, so go and check it. For the rest, I don't see many videos who talk really about Kara, so I've made my source mainly with the Undertale wiki and the game itself. Let's start, shall we? Look at that beauty. First of all, let's check the wiki. It says that Kara is a lookalike of Frisk. She is also known as the Fallen Human or the First Fallen Child. Actually, you name her at the start of the game. Her and Frisk were the same age where they are fallen between 9 and 13 years old, according to what I could find. She was found by Azriel and become very close to him and the royal family. So, what's with her personality? Well, it's a mess. Trying to understand Kara is really difficult. It's a very ambiguous character. For example, at the end of the True Pacifist route, Azriel told us that Kara wasn't the greatest person. Otherwise, you can hear Asgore say that you are the future of mankind and monster during a dream. In the Genesee route, Freud recognizes you as Kara by the way you are empty inside. So, what sure thing do we know about her? First, she climbed the Mount Ebot for an unhappy reason. We're gonna talk about it. Then, she hated humanity. Next, and you can see it from both pacifist and genocide route, she's intelligent and persuasive. What makes sense here is that Kara went on the Mount Ebot to commit suicide. During Azriel's flashback, her fall is presented as accidental, but I really don't think it is. This, with the fact that she hated humans, makes something clear. She has suffered, to such a point that she wanted to commit the unthinkable. Apparently, there is no reason for this child to hate everyone just like that. Does all the things she has suffered from turn her into a monster? We'll see. She wanted to destroy humanity. We know that she has a plan. If you do the pacifist route, you can find VHS tape in the True Lab showing dialogue between her and Azriel about that. Kara died from a disease, and her last wish was to sing the golden flower of the village she came from. When she died, her soul melted with Azrael one. She take her own body due to the control she had on the Azrael's one and make it through the barrier. She wanted to use her full power against humans, but Azrael refused to cooperate. The latter endured them, causing their deaths, once returned to the underground. Yeah, Undertale is such a fun game, wow! Okay, Kara wants to destroy humanity. But what about monsters? Kara seems to never had problem with monsters. She was very close to Azrael, and Asgore even said to Frisk that she has the same eyes full of hope. All that being said, what interaction do we have with her during the game? Let's see, starting by neutral route. Not much to see here. Kara is only mentioned in the game over screen, and when Frisk falls in the garbage dump in the waterfall by Azrael. That's all I can find in the neutral route. When you enter the True Lab, you can find all type of the Dreamer family, Azrael and Kara mostly. You can learn here that Kara has a plan that Azrael doesn't seem to like later. When you fight Azrael, when Frisk calls out somebody else, you can see flashback of him and Kara. During the epilogue, if you go back in the coffin room, you can find all of them empty, and also find mummy wrapping in Kara's one. During the fight, Azrael recognizes you as Kara first, then as Frisk, teaching us by the way that the character we play is not Kara, and by extension, not the human we name in the beginning. When you do the genocide route, Flowey recognizes you as Kara and informs you that he has a plan to become God. At the end, Kara finally shows herself in person. She says that your human soul and your determination bring her back to this world, to acquire power. She also says that she is the feeling when stat increase. By now, she gives you a choice: erase the world or not. If you decline, she says,
Since we're you the one in control.
if you decide to erase the world, Kara told you that you were a great partner and you will be together forever. After the choice, no matter what you choose, she's attack you and shut off your screen. If you reopen the game, a black screen appears, and after 10 minutes, Kara offers you a trade. Give her your soul and recreate the world. She'll also remind you that you destroy all the world. If you refuse, Kara leaves and came back after 10 other minutes. But if you accept, she restored the world, but all the endings are changed forever. Now we know all this, let's talk about something. During the game, text and dialogue can appear in a red color in Genocide mostly, meaning it's Kara thought, but also in other routes. The text and the description of certain things are different. How to explain that? How to explain this ambivalence between a Kara that loved her new family and was full of hope, and the demon that appeared in Genocide? Well, little buddy, let's try some theory. A famous theory says that Kara is the narrator of the story. There is a lot of debate for this, but a lot of elements confirm and deny this theory. However, there is one sure thing. Narrator or not, Kara is with us all along the game. When you check Monster, Napstablook for example, he responds to the narrator. Or when you laugh at Snowdrake, Mother, it say, what, you didn't do that? The narrator is a character. Entirely, because he used Hi to reference himself. Anyway, Kara is with us since the runes. We learned that Toriel gave her a proper burial in the ruins. The power of Frisk awakened from the dead, and she is helping Frisk all the route. So what explains the difference of interaction between Genocide and Pacifist? In Pacifist, if we state that Kara is with you and also the narrator, she acts more kindly, give you some advice, blame you when you're acting wrong. In Genocide, she is slowly taking control, appear more often. She is more rude, cold, and devoid of empathy. But why? Well, in this theory, it really depends of the player act. If Kara is the reflection of the player choice, then it makes sense. if we're forgetting about some things said before and state that Kara is a neutral personality, your choice will influence her, and by extension, the way she will be interfering in Frisk's adventure. In Genocide, when she finally shows herself, she is thanking you, but why? Well, if, when you decide to kill everyone, she feels the power growing strong inside her, and realizes that she can come back, for good. She realizes that your thirst of power can give her a chance to obtain or keep control over Frisk. Maybe that's why she's acting like that in Genocide, and push you to keep this way, and when you don't, she is doing it for you, through the power you already gave her. But at the opposite, in Pacifist, she is seeing through act of kindness that a way to free monster without violence is possible, and also pushing you that way, even if she realizes she would not be able to come back to life. At least, she will try to find peace by seeing one last time Azrael in the end of the true pacifist route, and only kindness and mercy can make this happen. Okay, this one is pretty sad. What if Kara was innocent since the beginning? Remember, early in the video, I said that Kara climbed the Mount Ebott to end herself, and the most important thing here is the fact that she hated humanity. Azrael told us that, but we never knew why. And if the reason behind this hate was the fact she was tortured by humanity, maybe she was a beaten child, or abandoned by his family, harassed at school, we never knew that. Also, I say that she died from a disease, but the wiki shows us that this disease was caused by the fact she has eaten buttercups, which is a toxic flower. What if, even though she found herself a new home, she couldn't stand the pain she has endured? That can explain why she would like to destroy humanity, to take revenge. Maybe that's why her plan talking about killing herself to use Azrael's soul and body to kill humans. That can explain also why she is acting bad, because she has only new violence and nothing else. Remember, she is a child, and kids are emotional sponges. They repeat behavior they were exposed to. I feel bad to say it, but this is a possibility. This theory can drastically change our look on Kara. If all her life she was exposed to all the bad things from humanity, she finally become one of those monsters. This theory shows an innocent Kara, who she has not asked for being a monster, but what if all that was a lie? And what if some of you telling the truth since the beginning? Let's see something else. Yes, what if Kara was evil? Let's take once again the reason who lead her to climb the Mount Ebott. We can suppose that it was not for ending herself, but to find a way to acquire power to destroy humanity once again. We can state that she has information about the fact that if a human and monster soul were merged together, it can give you incredible power. Also, if she has convinced Azrael to help her for her plan, which was to destroy everything, and Azrael refused to follow her at the last moment, realizing that Kara was evil. It can also make sense here. And in the game then, Kara is awakened the moment you arrive in the underground because of your soul. They are the same. In Genocide, she is taking control of Frisk pretty quickly, and you can see more and more red text on your screen, until at the end you finally reach the famous I can hear some of you say, yeah, but it's the player fault. Yes, kinda, in sort of way, but the player never intended to walk toward Monster Kid with all of this hate. The player never eat sense the second time, and most of all, the player never choose to eat Flowey 8 time. And you can also say, yeah, but the player pressed Z. Yeah, and what if it was just for make progress the dialogue, not for killing Flowey? Flowey is Azrael. Kara knows it. She recognized him. So why did she do that? Frisk is out of your control since a long time ago now. And if you beat Genocide twice, she said that you should try another pass. But what for? After all, you already beat it one time and all the endings are changed forever. She will appear anyway. She know that nothing will change. And do you remember that prophecy that Gerson taught us about? You can also find old glyph in waterfall. Maybe Kara is the angel of death. Her only purpose is to destroy everything in this theory. It's pretty scary. After all that, which conclusion can we make? Kara is such a very fascinating character. There will always be a debate on her. She remains a great mystery of Undertale. Toby Fox really created an amazing and terrifying character, and fans pay tribute to her in many ways. So let's take a moment to enjoy her presence with us since all this time. Well, that's it. The video is done. I think there'll always be something to say about Kara. I left many theory behind, but next time maybe. This video is not perfect. I'm probably repeating myself a lot, but it was really interesting to do, and I really wanted to share my view with you. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like. If you have your theory or if you want to share your point of view, the comment down below. I'm sure the boss will take pleasure to answer you. More good stuff are on the way. Bye now, little buddy. Take care of yourself and see you next time. I said the video is done.